What's up, everyone? All right, so we had some AI momentum today. Not artificial intelligence, but just stocks that have an AI in the ticker. We are in a crazy market. So it was SAI. Of course, GFAI from earlier last week and this week kind of got us started. CXAI, that one kept going. MRAI, ID. AI. They're not all even AI companies. They're not all related to AI, like actual artificial intelligence. Some just have an AI in the ticker symbol. So kind of crazy, but this is the market that we're in. So just bear with it. All right, so GFAI. Let's just like step back for a second. GFAI has been, hands down, one of the biggest winners for me this month. So actually, let me just pull up my metrics and we'll take a peek. GFAI, over the last 2 weeks went from a low of $4.50 up to a high the other day of 36, but pre-market it was up around 39. So we had some, not only did we get one really good day here, we got a bounce day, and then we got another breakout day here and a little bit more continuation pre-market on that day right there. So I'm just going to look at my metrics for April, and let's just look at detailed. I just want to look at the biggest winner and just see in total how much I've made on GFAI. So I've made about 14,000 on GFAI. That's good. It's not great. You can see right here. Sorry. So GFAI 14,000. Yeah, like I said, good, not great, but whatever. It doesn't feel like I could have made a little bit more than that, but again, there's no reason to. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Well, I guess it's both here and there because we're talking about it, but let's not focus on that too much. In any case, 14,000 is good. Really getting kind of fixated on that 14,000 number. So anyways, it's gonna be hard to get past that. Well, we'll say it could have been better, but it's good enough. So that was GFAI, and then yesterday we had CXAI. CXAI yesterday makes a crazy big move. I watched it pre-market and I was like, guys, there's something weird about it. I feel like there's a high frequency trading algorithm on this one. The level 2, it's a less than 1 million share float, and yet the level 2 is like super stacked. That tells me that there's some kind of algo, some kind of market maker really holding it together. And so I just was like, I don't know. And sometimes when you have stocks that go from being pretty cheap, you'll have big sellers. And so anyways, it goes up to 280, 340, a couple topping tails. I ended up going red yesterday, and so I shut it down. By 10:30, it's popping up here to 380. It goes a little higher. Ends up topping out at about 520, which by itself is a great move. I mean, you got the first pullback, the second, the third even worked, a little bit of a fourth, and then it flushes. And then look at this, in the afternoon, you get this really nice move up to 6, a pullback and a squeeze up to 950. Big topping tail. Then pre-market on very light volume. Now let's just acknowledge the fact that yesterday this traded with 163 million shares of volume. And then pre-market on less than 500,000 shares. I'm not kidding. This goes all the way up to a high of $70 a share. And it's interesting that it was at a time when most retail traders can't even execute orders because most retail brokers don't open that early at 4 or 5 a.m. Most of them don't let you start trading until 7 a.m. So some institutional traders or traders with different accounts, I don't know, market makers weren't really making the market on it, and all of a sudden it rips up here on very light volume, and then it sells off. And then what do you think happens at 7 a.m. when retail traders come online? It drops 10 points. 7 a.m. it drops right here with high volume down to 20 bucks. It bounces back up, but at this point I'm like, it's backside of the move. We had the, early morning kind of weird pop, and now it's backside of the move. So no trades on CXAI for me yesterday or today. I missed the whole move, but I don't feel like I really missed anything here because there was nothing clean. I certainly could have traded. I didn't like it. But yesterday, and for what it's worth, I don't feel bad about missing afternoon moves because my goal of being a day trader it's, I mean, while on the one hand, we all want to make money and maybe you want to make as much as you possibly can. On the other hand, I'm at sort of a point where I recognize life is short and I don't want to spend, 8 hours a day for 10 years glued to a computer screen. I want to live life and get out there. So if I can make, $5,000 like I did today in the morning, pretty consistently, I'm happy with that. There will be some days where I see something, I was red in the morning like I was yesterday. And then, the luck of the draw, it's in the afternoon that we have a big move. And, I still end up being red on the day because I didn't take that trade. And so I just, you sort of set your rules and you stick with them. So anyways, I don't trade in the afternoon. Don't feel bad about missing it. Just annoyed that I didn't do well yesterday morning. But anyway, so the moral of the story on this is CXAI. This morning, SAI is also gapping up. Now, the description of the company is that they're involved in Bitcoin. But in any case, I took my first trade here at $4 as it was squeezing up. And I got in a little high. I chased it. I got in a little high. I didn't, and this is a problem for me. I see a stock moving and I'm like, no, just wait for it. Wait for it. And then next thing you know, I'm like, oh, I'll just get in here. And it's like, dude, you're getting in. I got in here at 25. I thought it was just going to rip right up to 50. I had like 8 green candles in a row. It was not a good entry. I then added on this dip at 380 and it came back up here to a high of 320, 330. Tried to get out, couldn't get out, no shares filled, sold for a $700 loss on my first trade. And I was unrealized more than 1,000 as it flushed down. So I was annoyed. Anyways, it comes back up, but whatever. I'm like, I don't know, that thing, I don't know if I can trust it. And then all of a sudden here, it's coming back up to 420 and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I had that bad trade on it earlier, not sure. It goes from 420 straight up to $7. Come on. So as it rips here, I'm like, I can't, where do I get in? Where do I get in? And it just rips. So I did buy the first pullback right here. And that gave me a little bit of profit. And then I had this trade here at the open. And in total, I only have $3,000 of profit on it. Of course, I was red 700, had to recoup that loss. And didn't trade the bulk of this move because I just was like, I just chased it back here. Now, ironically, in this case, if I had chased it right here or right here, I would have done great. But, the one I chased today, lost on it. This one I held discipline, waited, and missed like $1 a share. Kind of annoying, but it really is better to wait for your entry, and that's going to be a better way to establish risk. Otherwise, you're just rolling the dice, and it's just not a great way to trade. So anyways, got a little frustrated going red to start the day on SAI. IZM, that one hit the scanners. I jumped in it, but the spreads were big. I was only able to buy 1,000 shares of a 3,000 share order at 350 and then adding it 4. Went up to a high of 5. Big topping tail, drops back down. So made 1,500 on that one. And IDAI, I traded this before the offering news came out. So they put out an offering this morning. But before the offering, it was squeezing up. So I got a little trade on this one as well as it was squeezing up. But boy, that was right. It was right here. Yeah, it was right there. So on that candle, and 20 minutes later, they've got an offering. So a little bit choppy. I feel like AI stocks are, again, I think generally speaking, AI is a good theme, a good focus, and we could get some more opportunity. But the fact today is that we were having stocks that just had AI in the symbol that weren't even actually AI companies. So, you can get stubborn and say this has no business going higher, but then it goes up 300%. So trade what's moving and just try to keep your head down and be grateful when you get a base hit. As always, reminder, my results are not typical, so take it slow, and I'll be back at it first thing Monday morning. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Hope you have a great weekend. Rest up, watch the classes, study up, watch some episodes on YouTube, listen to the podcast, and I'll see you next week. All right, take care. See you in the morning. Monday morning.